Morning, beautiful people. Recently, I had a very short but interesting conversation with another orchid grower in Fortaleza, and he told me that he has a beach house, he grows orchids in there. He told me something interesting. He said, well, at my beach house, I had some problems with root burns on my orchids, and I have noticed that when the roots, that the aerial roots of my orchids were getting really affected and really burned, and the solution I found was to put a layer of sphagnum moss on the top of their pots to hold a bit of moisture, and since I've done that, the problem was solved. And beach house, and you are having problem with burn root tips, and when you put sphagnum on top of the pot, the problem seems to disappear. I think I have seen this movie somewhere else. Don't know. His conversation brought me some funny and distant memories, right? Here in Fortaleza, we suffer from quite a amount of corrosion because of the air that flows from the sea towards the city. I started to remember that I live really close to the sea. If I go to the left, right here, 1 kilometer, I get to the beach, and if I go ahead on this avenue, 6 kilometers ahead, I get to another beach. So the coast of Fortaleza is really on the shape of this corner. There are some local news that says, I don't know any research or any scientific measurements about it, but now and then we see some local news saying that the corrosion provoked by the sea here is very, very destructive, and it's higher than in many other sea cities around the world. And my city is not very famous for having many trees or many green spaces, so much of the moisture, the air moisture, really comes from the sea. And doing my research, I have started to understand why does the marrow gets rusty, and it's because and it happens when the salts present in the moisture in the air, they make some chemical reactions that gradually destroys the metal. Okay, so the corrosion is higher here in Fortaleza, and the corrosion is higher because the air has the water in the air has lots of salts, and what do we give to our orchids that has also salt dissolved in the water? Are you following me? Exactly. Fertilizers. So I'm really thinking that the salts present in the air, in the moisture in the air are depositing on my orchid roots and are burning them. And I really think that this makes sense. And to go even further on my theory, do you remember I talked that I know a guy who also grows orchids and here in Fortaleza, and that he uses the same fertilizer as I do, and he told me that he doesn't have any problem with it? I guess you remember him. So after I started all this Sherlock Holmes mega insight, I talked to him and I asked, where do you grow your orchids? Basically, he has 2 greenhouses, one of them in another city far from the coast, and the other one is here in Fortaleza, but it's in the suburbs, and also very much far from the coast than my house. So the same fertilizer, far away from the beach. He doesn't have problems with root burns. So I'm really starting to think that I have found the cause of my problem. Unfortunately, I haven't received my TDS mirror and my pH mirror yet, but as soon as they get here, I will have the opportunity to test my water with and without fertilizer, and to draw some more conclusions to this saga. So hang on and I'll keep you updated, okay? Happy growing and bye bye!